Hello everyone, this is Aether Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. So hopefully this time around I don't have to rush the replays. This is the end of Aether Raids this week, and we're not making top 3k as expected. We just made way too many mistakes this week, and nowhere close to tier 19. We're gonna try again next season, but again, it's not really likely. But let's get started with the replays here. A little more successful this time around. We're getting more kills. I don't know if that's because my opponents are getting worse or is my defense getting better or a bit of both. I don't know, but let's get started here. This team just had a turbocharged team because they had a level 3+1 and I had a nice level 2, so pretty easy steamroll when you have +8 to all stats, am I right? So yes, this couldn't have ended well at all, especially after this. There's not much I can do here. So this old setup, I mean, it was working okay, wasn't working out the greatest, but as you can see, this Maribel can just get the double in, and it's pretty easy from there because my team will eventually separate themselves, because that's how it is. So now Veronica's isolated, easy pickups there, and they pick up on... They have gravity as well, so it's relatively pretty safe. And because of gravity, there's no dance, so it's just an easy pick off. And then now it's just to get the ether structures, which is not too difficult once you get to this point, because Bride Ninian is just doing whatever. And that's it for them. It's a very easy win because +8 to all stats. And it just keeps going here. At this point, still don't have my infantry school up, and same deal, +8 to all stats. Even so, it's like, I didn't show merge counts, did I? But like, it's pretty standard stuff. I mean, my team's pretty much the same the whole time. I mean, I changed my setup quite a few times during the week, so my current setup, I'm gonna stick with it for a while because it looks like it has some potential. I mean, we'll see how much potential it has because I don't have much to work with. This is probably the closest kind of like team composition I can get that's decent. So they're just taking a safe approach here, which is fine. I mean, it works. They can pick up the ether structures and such. Of course, I set that up intentionally, but they can just get out and get ready for the next turn. So they're taking quite a bit of time, but they don't really need that many turns to take out my team. So they know that they can take out Lilina there, and they can just get the heck out of there and do okay because it's the Grand Raven Soren up at front, and Veronica's not fast enough to double, so Lucine is out of range to future vision and such, so it's just solid play. There's nothing wrong with what they did here. And they just take out, and unfortunately, due to their play, they take out my Nina before getting the second ether structure, but still solid play considering they took a lot of time to play it safe. So this team, I finally got my infantry school up, but I mean, they still get +4 to all stats, and pretty standard. This is a +10 Rai and +10 Gordon. Like, the team's pretty stacked. And yeah, we'll see how well they steamroll my team. It's pretty much an easy... This setup is pretty much an easy steamroll for most people, as long as they know what they're doing. It's like here, they can just straight up face tank with Rai. Lilina does quite a bit, but now Nino is going to just give Rai a heal. Rip Nino. And not much I can do at this point. They can just stall all they want because of Tactics Room. Veronica's stuck there, and so they can just afford to stall like this. And because Veronica can't get counterattacked, it's just a free win for them at this point. Not entirely sure what they were doing there, but I mean, gets the guaranteed kill, and it's an easy win for them as well. Here we get to our first kill of the week. It's with a slightly different setup, not much different. And we have here 40 plus 1, 40 plus 1. It's a mostly lightly merged team, nothing too special. So here they're just doing the usual setup of getting rid of structures, which is standard. So this setup was kind of intended to get people to go after the ether structures, and then it's wide open as well. So I wanted people to burn turns, and well, people kind of did that. Not quite, but at this point it's pretty easy to take out someone here. But they're playing it safe, so they're burning a lot of churns, and I think that's inevitably what causes them to have to go in like this. And they just have Surtur kind of there to face tank hits, but I mean, Lucina's just gonna get danced and take out a Versa, so that's the only kill we're gonna get, because after that, this team just picks up kills and walls with Surtur, so. And once again, Surtur can't kill Nino. I don't know what it is, but Nino seems to be able to just like not die. And so it's turn 7, so they don't have many options here. They were trying to go for the last ether structure, but they couldn't, so they had to pick up the kill, and there's our single kill, which is nice. I'm just gonna go back to this team because I don't think I showed the merge counts. Like, this person was stacked 40. I didn't have much of a chance here, but yeah. Then we get to this team. I'm not entirely sure what this person was doing, but it was pretty much derping around. Not a heavily invested team for Aether Raids. It seems kind of more like an arena setup or something, because the units themselves together, like, you're covering the weapon triangle, but you're not really dealing with common threats in arena, which are like archers and Reinhardt and stuff. Like, you have Murr for that, but I mean, it's not really much. And they're just kind of like making micro adjustments, which is usually what I do when I goof, because I realize things and then so they kind of just go in here after the archer, which is like okay, and they just leave it like most of the units in range, so it just becomes a wreck fest as Veronica takes care of some of these units. And like, you're unable to survive Nino there, but it's like at this point, they're not in the greatest spot right now. And Veronica is going to pick up yet another kill, even through the shenanigans here. And debated by the bolt trap, and so they pick up yet another death to Veronica. So I don't know exactly what they're planning, because like, when I goof and people look at the replays, it just looks like I'm doing really dumb things, but it's like there's a methodical thought process that goes behind what I do, but I'm doing Aether Raids while I'm brain dead, so like, I'll miss something, and then I have to completely change my plan, because like, say if I go in with Nino, she's gonna get wrecked, and then I'll get wrecked. And then it's really weird when you look at some of the replays where I derp. So then we just move on to more fails because now we switch up to this new setup. I mean, it's at this point it's kind of like it doesn't really matter if people have merged teams. They can usually beat my teams with solid play. So here they go with a turn 1 bait, which is interesting. It's not a terrible idea, of course, because Grand Raven TA is just going to wall. And we got some weird shuffling around with Legendary Lucina, but they can just pick up kills left and right, and they won't have too many problems. So here, not the greatest. Drawback there kind of killed me because I would have been able to get a dance off, as I'll show it when we go back. So that was kind of a misplay on my setup. I'm still not entirely convinced drawback's that good on who I'm looking for. I'm not convinced drawback's good on Lilina. I just kind of have it on her so she doesn't move. So she doesn't move, what is it, second or something? So if we quickly go back through this, let's just keep shuffling through really quick. Alright, here, what should have happened was, oh, this is Blade Cecilia, it's not even Grand Raven, but there's this TA Azura here, so if Nino moves here, and Lilina didn't have drop, if Lilina didn't have drawback, then she would move first, then Nino would repo. So actually, yeah, it wouldn't have done any better, but say Nino didn't have an assist skill as well, then Nino would move, Lilina would move, and Lilina would get dance and probably murder Azura in one shot. So unfortunately, I can't do those kind of things because if I remove assists, then what ends up happening is something else goes wrong in the setup. So it's really difficult for me to make a decent setup. Kind of similar idea here. Everyone most of the time has a fort level over me and heavily merged team here, so it should be an easy steamroll, of course. They're just destroying the structures, getting ready, and they're gonna go with a Surtur bait here, which is, I mean, kind of what you would do because Surtur is just gonna wall. So here, Veronica's actually gonna do a decent amount of damage, and Nina's gonna do a little bit of damage, not the greatest, but from here on out, it's pretty simple. They can just pick up quite a few kills here. And I can't really do much about it. So here we have the Reinhardt who's going to wreck face because he's still a solid unit. Even though he's kind of disappeared off the radar ever since he was released, he's still really strong. So they're just gonna manipulate the AI here, Ninian versus Ninian. But they can't pick up the last Aether structure, and so rest in pieces. I'm gonna move on to this team, and kind of the same deal. I mean, it's the same theme across that, people have heavily merged teams and they can just wreck me. There's not much I can do here. My setup was not ready at the time for this. I've made some changes ever since to make it a little more difficult, but I was trying drawback out on Nino, but Nino wasn't really doing anything. And Brave Lucina literally does nothing. So here's a really bad situation. Here ideally I could get Lilina to attack Surtur, but Veronica's in the way and she's gonna get danced, so there's not much I can do here, and Lilin is just gonna go down a Brave Hector. It's a pretty easy win from them from here because Veronica can't get counterattacked, so they could leave her alone if they really wanted to. But Bread Ninian is just gonna go after Azura because she can't counterattack, and Bread Ninian won't die to Azura, so they can just pick up free ether structures. And now Bread Ninian is stuck and can't do anything, so that's basically the end from here. So that's pretty crushing victory. Here we go into this next team. Pretty standard setup nowadays. This is a double dancer setup under tactics, and this guy is running Hack-O-Lantern, trying to get as tanky as possible. And standard 40 plus 10 Brave Lin, but this guy is a beast. So why not? Let's use him to bait. So this is kind of like the intention of having that Fest statue there, is if they don't destroy it, they have to destroy it this turn while everyone's kind of in position to go. And so he gets debated by the trap there. And now, so the Surtur had 27 speed, and before the dance, Luna had 18 visible speed because she was being debuffed by Panic Manor. So I was like, surely he can just tank, right? I can just throw him in. Well, unfortunately, we have triple dry speed. So she had exactly 35 speed. So she could double him and kill him. Feels bad, man. And of course, Nino can't really kill anyone without support, so they can just clean up from here. But that was basically my first victory because I was trying to engineer some way I could kill Surtur. So I've been thinking about using the bolt trap where that real heavy trap is to get chip damage on him, but I'm kind of like, it's kind of like a double-edged sword because then it takes like my Luna out of Axe Breaker range and stuff, so I'm not entirely convinced that's a great idea. But here Ninian just can't do anything. Almost gets the kill, but I mean, nothing I can do. No A-skill Ninian for life. So that's where we got a kill, and here we're gonna pick up some more kills. Even though I have Loki here, and it's because most of the time it's because they don't have enough units merged up. That's usually what happens, or a bad misplay. But here they're just gonna use Thoke to, or it's like, I don't know the proper pronunciation. I just say Thoke because I can. So they set this up here. A free kill there. And Veronica's gonna get some chip damage in, and that reposition coming in. So now Reinhardt's just gonna pick up a kill there. Not much I can do there. And Mur can't pick up the kill, and I don't know what they were trying to do here, but Nino just memed the heck out of Ryan. I'm not sure what they were looking at there. I guess they were concerned about if they didn't about this, but I mean they couldn't really do much. Reinhardt couldn't take out Nino there because we're memeing with her. But at this point it's a pretty easy clear for them, because Ninian's just going to attack into Mur, so they don't get any ether structures either. But the big trend here is that I never win, and that's going to be the case for an incredibly long time. Like, even that team that lost 4 units to me still ended up winning. Like, there's not much I can do. This is pretty standard. Just build a +10 Surtur, yeah. So you're just starting out here with this. I haven't really gotten much testing out of my newest setup, so I'm kind of curious to see how it fares, because this older setup is still pretty good, but against most people, it, like, in this situation, Nino's just gonna attack Surtur twice because there's nothing better to do, and so it's not really gonna do me any good. Okay, be right back. Alright, didn't realize that was a thing, but I thought I turned off I keep thinking I turned off notifications, apparently I don't, but here at this point it's a pretty easy win again, because they're just gonna keep stalling, get that free chip damage in, and pick up the ether structures pretty soon. And they basically have all the time they want to do it because they can just keep stalling the Surtur, and so we're just going to get wrecked there. And then we go to this match, we get 2 kills. So at this point, this is my newer setup, where I'm doing some rally shenanigans, seeing how well that goes. I have to do some more testing, of course, with more people wrecking my team, see what's wrong with it, but this is a lightly merged team, nothing too special. They did it with agreement turn 1, which is interesting to say the least. And I just have rally attack because half the time Veronica can't kill anyways, so it doesn't really matter if she gets debuffed, but takes 2 hits there. And they debate themselves with the trap, so well. Now we're going to dish out the pain and get some kills in. So Nino picks up 2 kills there, thanks to Lilina. And at this point they're kind of wrecked. But like usual, can't really do much because like, I've set it up so, you know, like, Lucina's going to move first, but she's too slow, so she can't double. So it's just, nope, not going to work. At this point, they're just going to pick up the kill here. They've already taken too many losses, aka more than 0. So, and we get to our last team for today. Everyone at this point, definitely a better merged team, nothing too special though. And they're gonna bait. They're not gonna bait. I haven't watched this yet. So they do an aggressive quick takeout of the tactics room. And I guess they're prepping for the next round here. Let's see. And so they get hit by that, but they just do the standard double dance and get the heck out of there. And at this point, I think they're ready to go in because they know that whatchamacallit, heavy trap is fake. So now we're going in. Nino doing a derpy rally and picking up the kill on Ephraim here. And Bravelin's just gonna pick up the kill there. And Eric is gonna pick up the kill. I mean, it's a pretty easy steamroll. At this point, they're trying to get the ether, so... but they're not gonna get it, so... So that's it for this week. I mean... right now I'm thinking that this setup is not too great. I want to probably do something like this, for example. Make it a little more difficult, because when you have them both symmetrical like this, they can test one. And if it's fake, then they can just... if it's fake, they know the other one's fake, and so they can just go in without worrying. So it's like kind of that intel aspect of going in on offense. I think I might go with this, try this again. See how well this works? No one has gone in, like, with a melee unit with Gale Force, Wings, and Mercy shenanigans, which I'm kind of surprised, but I guess ranged domination is the current deal with Aether Raids. So that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Aether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye.